Hello, everyone. This article is from the HuffPost. It's titled, "A Woman Who Was Recorded After Refusing to Give Her Seat Up to a Toddler Led to a Hot Debate Online." Here's what attorneys say about filming strangers. This article is written by Kimberly Richards. There will be a link in the description for you to access this article. Here are a few points from the article. A woman from Brazil claimed she was criticized by other passengers for refusing to give up her window seat to a child that was crying. A passenger that was not the child's parents started filming her without her permission and then posted the video online. Per the article, the woman being filmed has decided to take legal actions against the passenger and Brazil's GOL Airlines, and that's according to the Daily Mail. A question posed in the article is it legal to do this? Legal experts in the article stated that while airplanes are generally considered public spaces, there are still reasonable expectations for privacy. The nature and visibility of the activity and the context of the public spaces are all things to consider when determining the reasonable expectation of privacy. Examples given in the article were nursing a child and personal video chats. And these were examples of an intrusion of privacy. The article stated, if you find yourself in a position where you are being filmed without your consent, remain calm as possible, state clearly you do not wish to be recorded, and ask that they stop immediately. What do I think of this? What do I have to say about this? As for giving up my seat, it depends usually. For a window seat, I generally choose a window seat because I don't get up. Once I sit down on a plane, I don't get back up again. I make a point to do that. I've always been like that. I don't like getting up because it disrupts other people. So I use the bathroom before I get on the plane, and I make sure I try to always get a window seat if it's available, if I can get it. So because I choose to do that, I think it's harder for me to give up window seat because I know what it's like to be disruptive over and over again when you're just trying to sleep on like a 4-hour flight. And I know because it's happened to me before. Okay, I gave up my seat, and I'm sure there's many people with this same situation. I did. I gave up my seat to a little girl because she wanted to see outside the window. Well, guess what? For that entire flight, she kept drinking juice, water, whatever she had. She was drinking a lot. And she kept going to the bathroom. And I kept having to stand up to go to the bathroom because she was in the window, her mom was in the middle, and I had to get up every single time and I was just trying to sleep. Because at that time I traveled a lot for business and I was really just trying to sleep and I had to get up every single time. And it was so annoying. But I choose because I know when I was little, I always wanted to sit by the window. So I thought I was doing a kind gesture, but I ended up being really, really annoyed. So I understand that feeling of I don't want to give up my window seat. So yeah, depend on the situation. It has to be a dire situation to where this is their first time traveling or something crazy like that for me to want to give up my window seat, especially if I paid more for it. No, I don't think so. I understand it's a child, but at the end of the day, you should have paid more for the seat. You should have done what you needed to do for your child in this situation. Again, it's circumstantial, but more than likely to give up a window seat after the experience that I've had, it's probably a no. Okay. And as for her suing the airline and the passenger, legally, yes, I agree with her. You don't do that. You don't sue somebody because, you don't target somebody because they don't give up a window seat. You're not entitled to that. No one is entitled to that. How dare you assume you're entitled to something that someone else paid for and because they don't want to give it up? That's generally just somebody being nice and kind to allow you to have something that belongs to them. how dare you expect someone to give up their window seat, and when they don't, you take them and paint them to be this bad person, online. That's not fair at all. So I agree with her. And the fact, I agree with her. So the fact that she's doing this, I am I'm okay with it. Definitely okay with it. People need to stop videotaping people and posting stuff online that nobody wants to be videotaped. I don't I don't like stuff like that. There need to be more laws and rules around stuff like that. I don't videotape people without their consent, and I know I don't like being videotaped without my consent either. You know, that's just not cool. So that's what I have to say about this issue. And I know you have something to say too.